This is Julie Sprankles with Charleston Home and Design Magazine. I'm here at the lovely home in Somerville of Ralph Phillips, and we are joined by Jeff Singletary with Lowcountry Tile Contractors. Now, Jeff, obviously you did a ton of work here in the kitchen and also the master bath, which we're going to see in a little while. How did this project come to be?
Well, Ralph is a good friend, and his relationship with my business has been going on for some time now. When he started this project, it was quite an extensive renovation, and he decided he wanted granite countertops. I thought he was talking about maybe an island top, and once we got to the job, we found out we had a little bit more than an island top. So we started putting our heads together, and this is the final result.
Now, Ralph, what were you looking for in this space?
I was looking just to buy an island countertop till Jeff met with my wife and started showing her pictures, and this is all Kay's design and what she wanted in the kitchen, and I put the two of them together, and Kay and Jeff came up with it. She explained what she wanted, and Kay made several sketches, and Jeff did a great job in putting it together and getting the colors and making everything match and fit, and all I had to do was just stick around and try to pay the bill.
Well, Jeff, one thing immediately that I noticed coming in is there are some really large slabs of granite here. Were there any kind of special considerations you had to put into place installing this granite?
Absolutely. Anytime you have a kitchen of this size and magnitude, the size of the individual pieces are large. The number of slabs required are extensive. We have over 5 slabs of material in this kitchen, mainly because of the backsplashes are full height, which is a kind of unusual thing in this area. And it takes a lot of planning and layout because you have very little tolerance when you have large pieces and backsplashes that go all the way to the top of the counter like this, and as well as the number of cutouts in the backsplashes. So it was a challenging job, but it was a fun job.
Well, what are the different types of stones used here?
In this is a single color called Manassas. It's the same color throughout. They chose that in order to keep the continuity in the kitchen, not to have a lot of things going on. There's a nice feature behind the stove of onyx, honey onyx. Well done, laid out, gives you a focal point when you walk into the room, but you don't have a bunch of colors competing with yourselves throughout the entire space. It's just one large, elegant space.
Now, Ralph, have you guys enjoyed entertaining in this wonderful new kitchen of yours?
We do. We entertain quite a bit, have a lot of our friends and family over, do a lot of family dinners, and everybody absolutely loves it. And the first thing they say is, "Who did your granite?" And just say that Jeff and his company did a wonderful job for us, and they were right on time. And that's a real compliment going to a contractor. And they say if you can do a job with a friend and speak to him afterwards, and Jeff and I are still friends, and he's still friends with my wife, so it says a lot about him and his company.
Well, I understand you did a lot of work in the master bathroom as well, so let's go and check that out. Well, here we are in the master bathroom. Jeff, can you tell me a little bit about what you guys did in here?
Well, it was a total renovation of this room as well. The master bath was not here before. Totally built from scratch, custom shower, whirlpool tub. We put granite countertops in, accented the mirrors with the molded ceramic pieces. And then, of course, Ralph's wife, Kay, came in and had the artistry work done behind it, a beautiful mural to really finish out the space.
Now, one thing I noticed in the kitchen as well is, you know, here you have the mirror and you have the granite backsplash and that. You still have outlets. Is that something that you guys can do with any of the stone that you put into spaces?
We can. Outlets are a necessity. People like to see a clean, finished space with nothing there, but reality is you have to have outlets in places. You can see how outlets are in convenient locations. This one happens to be in the mirror. We didn't put the mirror in ourselves, but often we'll have them in the splash themselves. So it's part of it, but it requires a little extra effort to do it.
Now, Ralph, I'm imagining that your wife and social director Kay had a big hand in designing this space. Did you get any say-so?
I got to tell her that it was perfectly okay for her to have the vanity of this size and me to have one of this size. That's the way it worked out, but that's the only choice I got was, okay, I can get by with that. You can have this.
And that's a clever idea to have 2 different vanities instead of an actual dual vanity, a separate, you know, his and hers vanity. Is that something you guys are seeing a lot now?
If the space permits, that's usually what you see. It's nice to have total separation. One vanity tends to be taken over by the female, so we like to see 2, even if it's a small one.
And I just want to touch one. You mentioned this the surround of the mirror here. Are there a lot of design opportunities for people with different types of stone and borders?
Absolutely. That happens to be a ceramic border. There are marble borders, onyx borders, all different types. And that, while they're relatively expensive by the piece, you can see there's not many pieces involved. So it's not a very expensive detail to do, but it adds a lot to the room.
Absolutely. Now, have you guys enjoyed this finished product in this room?
We absolutely have. It's been great, and everybody comes in, they envy the bathroom, and they really, we enjoy it. We really do. It's great.
And how long did your work on this entire project between, the kitchen and the bathroom, how long were you guys here doing your work?
We did it in phases. We did some of the tile work first as the space became available. I think the whole project lasted about 5 to 6 weeks duration-wise. We weren't here every day for that, though.
So that's a good, good for people to know. It doesn't take a huge amount of time, but a good amount of time for you guys to get the job done and do it right. Is there anything else you want our listeners to know about the spaces here that you've done in this house?
I don't think so. I think this is just an excellent example of really thinking out your product ahead of time, doing a little research, consulting with several people in the various trades to get a final space like this. Most people don't do that much legwork ahead of time, and they don't get the results like this.
Ralph, if you had to do it all over again, would you?
Absolutely, we'd do it again, and I would certainly use Jeff and recommend this company to anyone that's considering doing this.
Now, speaking of your company, how do people get in touch with you if they'd like to reach you?
Our phone number is 763-2161. We have a website, lowcountrytilecontractors.com, and we'll respond within 24 hours.
And do you have a showroom that people can swing by? We
do. We have a showroom west of the Ashley on Dulce Road. A nice showroom, plenty of granite and marble and onyx to see. We encourage people to come by and have a look.
Well, thank you guys both for meeting with us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.